Hey there. If you've ever sipped a stress balancing adaptogen latte, added ashwagandha powder to your smoothie, or tried rhodiola capsules hoping for calm and ended up wide awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, well, this particular video will make a lot of sense. So I want to encourage you to watch it throughout the entirety, okay? All the way to the end. Now let's talk about adaptogens, y'all. They sound magical, right? Plants that help the body adapt to stress. That's the promise, and in many ways, it's rooted in truth. Adaptogens do influence the stress response system known as the HPA axis, the line of communication between your brain and your adrenal glands. Now, in theory, they're supposed to balance you, okay? Calm you if you're wired, energize you if you are drained. But here's the nuance that gets lost on, social media. Balance is context dependent. Your body stress rhythm changes with age, with hormones, sleep, and nutrition. And during menopause, that rhythm looks nothing like it did when you were in your 30s or at 30. Cortisol, your main stress hormone, starts taking center stage while estrogen and progesterone shift in the background. Now, add an adaptogen on top of that hormonal remix, and sometimes the result is not harmony, it's noise, okay? Now, y'all, let me tell you, when I was in grad school, I made that mistake. I started taking ashwagandha thinking it would keep me calm during, late nights and deadlines. Now, at first, I felt really good. I was focused, I was grounded, right? But then the 2 a.m. wake up started. The racing heart, restless brain, and a wired body. Later, I learned ashwagandha can suppress thyroid activity in some women, especially those with already low thyroid output. Now, that experience became my first real lesson as a practitioner. Herbal does not automatically mean harmless, it means interactive. Adaptogens interact with your existing biochemistry, and if your hormones are already shifting, that interaction can go sideways, okay? Now let's talk specifics, because this is where women often get blindsided. Ashwagandha, it is calming, it lowers cortisol, it can ease anxiety. Now, in a clinical trial from like 2012, I believe, participants who took ashwagandha had significantly lower cortisol levels and reported less perceived stress. Now, that's wonderful, right? Unless your cortisol is already low. Now, in that case, lowering it further can make you feel flat, detached, or sluggish. Now, the opposite of balance, right? And when we talk about rhodiola, now this one's really energizing. It boosts endurance, it helps with focus, and reduces mental fatigue. But in a 2009 study, Planta Medica, I believe, they found that rhodiola improved attention, reduced burnout symptoms in participants, but it also increased morning cortisol output, which is a great thing if you're sluggish at dawn, but it is not so great if you're already anxious or struggling with nighttime insomnia. And then when we talk about licorice root, this is a restorative herb for women with low blood pressure or adrenal fatigue, but it raises cortisol by slowing its breakdown, okay? There was a 2001, kind of an older study from the Journal of Human Hypertension, I believe, that found that regular consumption of glycyrrhizin, which is the active compound in licorice, increased blood pressure in a clear dose-dependent way. So you can see how adaptogens are like instruments, okay? If your internal band is in tune, they can enhance the melody. If one player, though, like cortisol, is already out of rhythm, the music gets messy real fast, okay? The smarter question isn't which adaptogen should I take? The smarter question is when, why, and in what rhythm. And that's the part that rarely gets discussed in a lot of these marketing videos, okay? Now, if you're thinking this is something, or this kind of sounds like, what I've been experiencing, I want you to know I did make a free resource that connects these dots. It's called the Rhythm Reset Masterclass. It's a free class online. It's pre-recorded. It's about 30 minutes, okay? But what it will do is help you understand how cortisol, thyroid, and estrogen interact throughout your day. Because once you know your rhythm, you can make choices that truly align with your body instead of guessing, okay? Now, here's the physiological backdrop, okay? Cortisol has a rhythm. It peaks within an hour of waking and then declines steadily throughout the day. During perimenopause, that natural curve starts flattening, okay? You wake up tired, hit a mini high mid-afternoon, and then crash around 3 in the afternoon. You get a burst of energy at 10 o'clock at night when you should be winding down. Now, at the same time, estrogen and progesterone are fluctuating unpredictably. Thyroid output may slow down just enough to dull your metabolism and your mood. So the nervous system, already overstimulated, becomes reactive. Now imagine 3 musicians, okay, the cortisol, estrogen, and thyroid, and they used to improvise beautifully together, but now one is playing faster, one's slower, and one's forgotten the key. That dissonance feels like stress, but it is really rhythm loss, okay? Now, midlife is not a malfunction. It is a recalibration. I once worked with a client, we'll call her Andrea. Very successful woman, 2 kids. She worked long hours, a lot of late nights. And she told me she started taking ashwagandha powder every morning after seeing it on Instagram. And at first, she felt calmer. But within a few weeks, she was waking up at 2:30 in the morning. She was anxious for no reason. Now, when we looked at her labs, her thyroid function was low normal and her morning cortisol was flat. Ashwagandha, which lowers cortisol, was pushing her further into imbalance, okay? So what we did, we removed it, we optimized her breakfast timing, and we used magnesium glycinate at night instead. Now, within about 2 to 3 week time frame, her sleep did normalize, okay? Now, that case stays with me because it's so common. Women are not doing anything wrong. They are simply using or applying the right tools to the wrong timing. So what does a smarter, safer approach look like? Now, here's what I teach in my programs, and also with my clients one-on-one. First of all, you want to start with rhythm awareness, okay? Track your energy for a week. I want you to notice when you feel alert, foggy, or wired. That pattern tells you more than any supplement label, okay? Number 2, feed your hormones before you feed the hype, okay? Eat within an hour of waking. Include protein, healthy fats, and fiber at every meal. Listen, blood sugar stability and hydration matter more for cortisol regulation than any herb. Number 3, add adaptogens slowly and intentionally. Start with half of the dose. Wait 2 weeks and observe. Now that means no blend powders with 5 exotic roots, okay? Precision beats complexity. Number 4, respect interactions. Adaptogens can alter thyroid, blood pressure, and glucose metabolism. Always disclose them to your practitioner. And remember this, adaptogens don't replace rhythm. They reinforce it, okay? Now, if you've been chasing energy through supplements but still feel offbeat, it's not that your body is, what they say, broken. It's that your timing needs tuning. And that's where the Rhythm Reset Masterclass comes in. It's free, it's research backed, and it gives you a framework to restore your natural rhythm before adding anything new. When I first learned about adaptogens, I thought they were shortcuts, little plant-based miracles that could fix stress overnight. But what I've learned through both research and experience is that adaptogens are mirrors, not magic. They show you where your body is out of sync. They amplify what's already happening beneath the surface, okay? So the next time you see that stress balancing latte on your feed, or you feel tempted by another supplement ad, I want you to take a pause. I want you to take a pause. And I want you to ask yourself, what is my body asking for right now? Is it stimulation or steadiness? Your hormones aren't fighting you. They are recalibrating to a new normal. Midlife isn't a decline, it's data, okay? And when you understand that data, when you learn to listen, you can move through this season with more clarity, more grace, and more confidence. And y'all, I want you just to remind you again to please don't forget your free Rhythm Reset Masterclass, y'all. The link is in the description. And I will tell you that it is excuse my dogs, it is the next logical step after this conversation. Now, if this episode resonated with you, y'all, please share it with a friend who's been feeling off but can't quite explain why. And if you have not yet done so, please follow me here, the Perimenopause Reset, so you never miss a video, okay? Your midlife body is not fragile. It is responsive, it is wise, and it is waiting for rhythm again.